Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Anita, and I have got my currently inked review for the month of July today. I have to admit I am perpetually behind in my journaling, which is the primary place that I like to use my pens first, and after that I just use them randomly wherever I would use a pen or a pencil. And I've got to figure something out, either how to be more timely or or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's just talk about it and look at how the month of July has gone. I always say this, I'm going to try and be quick, or at least not too wordy and chatty, because I filmed some clips of ink samples, but I don't like the way they look. Maybe they'll come out better. I don't know. We'll see how this goes today. Maybe I need some supplemental lighting. Let's see. I don't know if that makes it any better. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, yeah, it's been very rainy here, like off and on for the past week, I think. So anyway, let's get focused. July, I inked up 11 pens, and then I just very politely took one out and swapped it for a different pen, and then I left room for a pen because I knew it was coming. So let's talk about I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's talk about the swap first. Originally, I had this in my lineup. It is a Jinhao 82 with a medium nib. The color is translucent pink, I think I called it. And it's currently inked with Waterman Harmonious Green. I did not like the way it was writing. The ink wasn't flowing well, and I put it to the side so I could kind of fiddle with the nib and see if I could make it write better. And I think I did. But that's a story for a different video. But I took this out and I decided to add in a pen I haven't seen in a while. This is a Jinhao X450. It has, I think, a fine nib, and it is currently inked with Waterman Inspired Blue. This pen came, I think, as a pack of 4 on Amazon. And I'd used one of them, but the one I used, honestly, the color, the style, just not my thing. I don't know why I picked that one. I don't know. But this was good. This was a good writer. And I think I have a sample. Yes, I do. I'll move the book over. And yes. Here we are. I've got a sample. The pen wrote nicely. I didn't have any problems with ink flow or skipping. It was good. And this is the first time I've used it. I bought it over a year ago. Yeah. It's not really my style. I don't mind the colors, but it's not my style, but it wasn't bad a writer, so I wrote with it. So there's that. So it's kind of sitting off to the side. It's not official, but it's just here. And again, it's a Jinhao X450 with a fine nib, and it's inked with Waterman Inspired Blue. And it's been fine. Official. This pen is back. It is my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0 from the Galactica collection, and this model is Planetary Nebula. It's limited edition, and it is still currently inked with Pelikan, Edelstein, Apatite, and I love this pen. And it's gonna stay inked with this until I find another teal color that I like just as much, if not more. Got a writing sample. It's still writing well. The ink doesn't seem to be evaporating. I thought I would take a look at that compared to previous, and it looks the same. which is cool. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this pen so much, and the color is totally my jam. I'm making peace with the mother of pearl Leonardo that I may not get it. If I do, I do. I don't, I don't. But I really like the way it looks, but I don't think about it like I used to. So that's a good thing. Okay, next up is news of the lineup. This is the Pilot Custom 743 in the Verdigris colorway. It's a US exclusive, and it's currently inked with Wearingeul Heimdall. This has got a falcon nib, and I did not use it that much this month yet. I'm just getting into July journaling. I'm so bad. So because this has a falcon nib, it's more flexy, and the writing sample took some getting used to. I have to say, I love this ink, and I didn't want to put in a matchy ink, so I put in a contrasting color, and I love this ink. I love the way it shades. It's just so pretty, and yeah, I just have to get used to the nib. And once I start with it, and as the writing session goes on, it gets better. But starting out, it's like, whoa, it's kind of like you're on like skates, ice skates, roller skates, it doesn't matter. And you haven't been on in a while, and you just have to get your balance, kind of like that. But it was good. So that was the Pilot Custom 743, inked with Heimdall. Next up is my Asvine V126. It is in the color Transparent Teal, and it's currently inked with Anderillium Purple Gallinule Purple. I added this to my lineup in June. The month may have already started, I don't remember. And yeah, I only did a partial fill, and I like it so much that I filled it a little more. So now I've got about half a fill left. I didn't fill it up. It was about 3/4 of the way. And like I said, I stay behind on my journaling. I've got to do better. But I love the way this pen writes. I have never had a problem with an Asvine pen, and I wish the same for you if you decide that you want to try one and you haven't tried one. I hope it goes well. So we'll see what I do with these currently inked pens. I'm going to do my journaling. I've started on it. I've just started on, I'm always 3 weeks behind. Anyway, yeah, we'll see what comes back for August. Something's coming back because I really like, I have a thing for these tealy colors. Can you tell? This is my TWSBI Eco in Persian Green. This one's got a medium nib, and it is currently inked with a custom mix that I made, combining Waterman Inspired Blue and Harmonious Green to get a color that I liked. And it's kind of similar to Apatite, but when you see them together, Apatite is more blue, and the Waterman mix I did is more green, which cool with that. Yes, I love it. I love the way this color looks. I like mixing inks. I'm like, whoa, this is fun. I can get what I want, more or less. This was really fun. I like it leaning more blue, but I wanted to match the pen, and actually, compared to the others, the pen leans a little bit more blue, but I like this. I like what I mixed, and it's been good. And I love TWSBIs. They are so good. They seal well, they write well. I've had nothing but good experiences with TWSBIs. I love them. Next, I don't know, this pen may not be back, not because I don't like it, but because I want to rethink the ink. This is my Delta Duna. This pen is an Atlas Stationers exclusive. It's got a medium nib, and this is my first Delta. I think it's my only Delta. And it's currently inked with Anderillium, Pompadour, Cotinga, Burgundy, which I realize that I don't entirely like. It's a little kind of to the pink side of Burgundy, and I like mine more Yamabudo. So I've been dipping it in Waterman Inspired Blue. I have a whole separate vial that I use to dip it in, and I get more of an interesting experience, which kind of keeps me going. So let me show you the writing sample. This is what I wrote with before I dipped it in the blue again. And up here is a fresh dip. So that's old, and I noticed the color is getting too true for my personal taste. So I dipped it, and as I write, it will lean more and more purple and then pink, which is so fun. So I decided to do my little swatches on the side. I've added the two colors together so I can kind of see what they look like. But yeah, it's been fun doing that. But this pen is a piston filler and does not have an ink window. So however much ink in there, I don't know how much ink is in there. It's a surprise. So I think what I will do is I will do my journaling for the days where I plan to use this pen. I can skip around because I kind of just whatever I feel like using, but I think I'm going to use this up and clean it out. And maybe I'll bring it back or not. I don't know. But I'm tired of the color. So it's time for a change. Maybe I'll change the pen, maybe not. Next up is my TWSBI Eco in pink. This pen has a fine nib. I bought it pre-loved because I had the chance and I was so excited to get it. And it's currently inked with Iroshizuku, this Pilot ink, Tsutsuji. Now, I picked up this sample, I don't even know when, a while ago. But I really didn't have a pen that I wanted to put it in, but I really liked the color. I was drawn to the hot pink. And then when I got this, I was like, that's the color. And it's been good. The pen is a little fine for my liking, but I can use it. It's good to appreciate different things that maybe you're not as comfortable with. And I'll show you the writing sample. But this color is nice. It goes down so bright, but when you write with it, it's a little tamer. It's not so punching you in the face, which I like that, because this hot pink there, that's a lot. And it's got a pretty gold sheen. It's a beautiful ink. I may have to pick up a bottle or maybe another sample and see how I still feel about it. So we'll see. I think I may bring that pen back because I put most of my samples in there. Next up is my cute little pocket TWSBI. It is the TWSBI Diamond Mini in the color Grape. This pen has a broad nib and it's currently inked with Diamine Jacaranda. It is from last year's Inkvent calendar. And I love this color, and I love this cute little purple pen. This is just, I love it. This is just so cute. So I've been enjoying this, and I don't know if I'll bring it back next month, but if I don't, I will just keep it off to the side and write it dry. I don't know. I haven't quite made up my mind. I'll see how my colors look. My color palette for next month. But I love this color. This shade of purple is totally my jam. It's like a less saturated Rainbow Zen, the base color of Rainbow Zen, also from last year's Inkvent. I love those blurples, you know, those blue purples. Not hardcore purple, but more on the blue side. Oh, I love those. This was interesting. Okay, this is my Esterbrook Estie, which is a collab with Bungubox, and the model Estie is called Kacho Fugetsu. And I inked this with Anderillium Tulip Moth Warm. Now, I let my daughter, because she insisted that I get this pen because she loved it. It's almost like a demonstrator. It's so cool. Look at this. I don't know if you can see the nib, the detail on it. I should insert a picture. It's really pretty. The converter has flowers on it. You can see kind of inside the pen, the inner bits. It's really pretty. And it doesn't exactly have the typical SD cushion cap, but there is an inner cap, which I didn't realize before, and there's a spring at the top of it. But I don't know if my daughter, when she used it, she didn't seal it well, and then I didn't really write with it, or something else. I'll show you what I mean. Now, the swatches are fresh ink from the bottle of Anderillium ink, and the writing is from the pen. They don't look like the same color. So I don't know if there was some oxidation that went on or what, but I dipped the vial. I dipped the nib in a sample vial. I took some out, and it doesn't even look like the same color. No. So we'll see. What I may do, and this bring the pen back, is clean it out and begin again with the same ink to see what it does, because I want to know if it doesn't seal well and I get color changes. I need to know. And right now, talking about it, I don't know how to feel about it, but it's a beautiful pen. All right, but it writes well. It's just, I don't know about the seal. I don't know if it was her or if there's some kind of defect with the pen. Next is a combination I decided I needed to revisit. It is my Le Bon 325 in the colorway Sakura, and it is currently inked with Diamine Cashmere Rose, also from last year's ink pen calendar. It was such a good combination. I think I used it, maybe I used it 2 months in a row and then switched inks. I don't remember. It was really, really good. So I bought a big old honking bottle of Cashmere Rose because I love it that much. And I decided I was going to ink this up. I still have the small like ink pen bottle. Oh, it's just good. There's nothing wrong. And I just wanted to feel the joy again of this combination. It's such a good combination for me. I love that pen, and I need more Le Bon 325s in my life. I love the way the ink shades. I just love it. It's so pretty. Yeah, so I just wanted to feel that again. I wanted to know that I had more than one hit in my lineup that would make me feel good and I can count on it. So that was that. Next is my Pilot Prera. Cutie little pen. It's so tiny. Let's see how it compares. Not much different. And let's try one more. Man, I have big hands. So that's how these three compare. Ballparking it so you can have a clue. Anyway, my Prera, it was currently inked with Diamine Walnut. And I have to tell you, this pen was hard starting. I don't know if it's the seal, because I didn't have that problem before. I don't know what it is, but every time I opened it up to write, which was during the course of the month, just jotting 3 or 4 times, I had a hard start, and I had a hard start for this writing sample. So I don't know what that's about. If the ink is on the drier side and I need a wetter ink, I don't know. But when it wrote, but it just needed a little priming. So there's that. Finally, this was kind of, I want to call it a throwaway pairing because I like the pen and I like the ink, and so I just put them together because I didn't want another pink. That's a rhyme. Is my Esterbrook Estie in Punch Pink, I think it's called. And it is currently inked with Waterman Inspired Blue. And I just didn't want to have another pink, so I put in blue. So yeah, and it was a very lovely combination. We had no problems, no struggles, no bad times, all good times here. I love this ink. and the writing sample. It was just all good in the hood. I loved it. I really did. Now, one thing that I've decided to do going forward, I used to, before I had so many pens to pick from who are currently inked, you know, I used to kind of, like, during the course of a month or so, write about how well the pen was doing and how I felt about it. I decided to go back to that because my little blurbs that I do are helpful, but I like to know more sometimes because sometimes feelings change. So I'm going to do that for these pens before I clean them out. But for example, this pen, I inked it toward the beginning of the year or the end of last year, and it's inked with Wearingeul Othello. It's a shimmer ink. It's a very fine shimmer. I don't think it clogged the pen, but it was a dry writer. This pen has a medium nib, and I didn't enjoy it at all. But I wasn't gonna waste a whole barrel of ink, even though I wasn't enjoying it. I figured, oh, I'll make notes, whatever, it'll be fine. I don't have to, I didn't enjoy gel pens like that, so what's the big deal? Anyway, I went to the pen show in April. I got a bottle of ink wetter. Ta-da! And I emptied the converter into a vial, added a tiny bit of ink wetter, put it back in, and now it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. And I love, and no, I can't see it here, but the very fine shimmer, I don't see it here, is evenly distributed when I write. I love this now. And I love it so much that I filled the converter. I added a little more ink to the vial so I wouldn't have a problem filling the converter. And I've been going with this since, this pen has been inked since beginning of the year, and we're now at the end of July. No problems. But I remember that because that was so remarkable to me, but there may be more nuanced things that happen. So I'm gonna go back to journaling about my pens when I've written with them for more than just, you know, a writing sample, which happens sometimes. So yeah, that's just a little side thing I'm gonna do. But in the meantime, I'll tell y'all what my top 3 pens are this month, which isn't hard. And this is in no particular order. My top 3 pens, writing experiences, are this one, the Le Bon 325 inked with Diamine Cashmere Rose. I love this so much. I love it so much. Oh, look at this. Look at this. See how this looks kind of purpley? That's what makes it fun when I dip the Delta Duna with burgundy ink and blue. That's what gets me through. Okay, so this is one. Another amazing combination this month was this. The Persian Green Eco inked with Waterman Customized Teal. A combination of Inspired Blue and Harmonious Green. Oh, I loved it. So good. This Le Bon has a broad nib. This has a medium nib. And the last pen, which I was totally loving, is this one. The Asvine V126 inked with Anderillium Purple, Gallinule Purple. This was really good too. I love this. So I don't include this pen anymore because I just love it and it's never ever a problem. Nothing has changed since I got it. And the rest, it's not that I disliked them, but there was something that needed work. So anyway, that's it for this month. And look out for a community post from me. Thank you to all who participated in my last question, which is what clearance pen should I use in August? My next question will be, let's pick an ink. So that will be coming up in a day or two. It's currently the 28th, so I'll have that up later today or tomorrow. Ooh, I will have it up by the 30th. I'll put it that way. And that is all for now. So thank you for hanging out with me. Take care. I'll see y'all in the next one.